Yo, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? I encourage you to give me a follow on social media. We're about to dive into a mailbag where I'm answering your questions on YouTube. But if you want the opportunity for us to discuss in real time, give me a follow, especially on X, formerly known as Twitter, because I'm trying to start some Twitter spaces for Saints fans, where we can talk about the team in real time and have a real conversation just like sports talk radio. So give me a follow. The links are in the comment section and description of this video. Shout out to Rose City D for my most recent follow from a Saints fan. All right, Queen Courtney kicking things off for us. I saw some stupid rumor about Dallas trading Dak Carr for Derek Carr. So stupid, but what are your thoughts? Okay, so I saw the same thing. I can actually tell you exactly where this came from because I tweeted this out a little bit ago. So Wisdom the Gamer on Facebook. He's a Saints content creator, predominantly posts on Facebook, it seems like. He threw out a trade idea. I'll just kind of show you right here. Derek Carr for Dak Prescott. Right there as well. You can go check out his Facebook page to see his thoughts or check out my Twitter because I tweeted out screenshots of it. I think it's a terrible idea. I want nothing to do with Dak Prescott. I want, to be honest, not really a ton to do with Derek Carr. I'm kind of in the boat of let's stop signing older quarterbacks and let's go draft a young guy. I'm kind of in the boat. I'm just ready to have some fun in the draft. I'm ready to gamble and roll the dice on some young quarterbacks and see how those work out. I'm just so tired of picking between picks 11 and 18. It's just so boring. It's so unfortunate. I'm out on a Dak Prescott trade. No, thank you. Mr. Crew, can the Saints trade up into the top 10? I mean, yeah, technically, it will be tough. And to be honest, I'm not really sure why you would want to. The only player, in my opinion, that I think is worth trading up into the top 10 for is Joe Alt in terms of positional needs, because I don't think the Saints are trading up for a quarterback. And if you had to, you have to get up to the top 4, which is not going to happen. You're not getting into the top 4 picks. But in terms of top 10, Joe Alt is an intriguing option, but I almost would even rather wait and just get Olu Fashanu a handful of picks later. I'm personally okay with staying put. I can also understand the argument of trading down. I would more so do that in the second round to recoup some third and fourth round selections, but I would prefer to just stay put in round 1. Shout out to producer Seeps for whipping this one up. What should New Orleans do in round 1 of the 2024 draft? Type U for trade up, type D for trade down, or just give me an S for stay put. And while you're sharing thoughts in the comment section, if you want to be a part of our next mailbag, hit that big red sub button. I guarantee if you're commenting, you just had to pass it. So just kind of scroll right back and click that red button for more videos. This was filmed in our live shows that we have every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to join our mailbags, easiest way to do that is subscribing and hitting that noti bell to go a little bit further. All right, Mikey Taylor. Excuse me, bad radio. I got to take a sip of water. Will Jake Haener get a chance to play in the regular season this year? I don't think so. The only route I see Jake Haener getting on the field is through injury for Derek Carr. I don't think that he is going to beat Derek Carr as a starting quarterback. DC4 is your QB1. That's it. The conversation is over. Now, if he gets hurt, Jake Haener is your QB2. He's going to go and play a little bit. I hope to God we don't have to see Nathan Peterman on the field, though. So, will Jake Haener get a chance? Maybe, but it's going to be predominantly barring injury. I am really interested to see how he plays this year in the preseason. I want to see how much he's grown since last year. Hunter Robinson, should the Saints trade for Hunter Renfrow? Well, you don't have to trade for Hunter Renfrow because he is a free agent. So, to answer your question, no, they should not trade for him. But to really answer your question, should they sign him? I'm okay with it. I would rather bring in a guy like Tyler Boyd or draft another player. I don't hate the idea of bringing in Hunter Renfrow, but I don't want to sign a guy because a couple of years ago he had a good connection with my quarterback. That's a few years ago. That's not what happened most recently. That's not what's happening right now. So I don't hate the idea of getting Hunter Renfrow, but I'm paying him not a lot of money, and I'm waiting till after the draft to make that addition. But if you want to make some additions to your plans this upcoming football season, or the baseball season, or throughout the NBA playoffs, I encourage you to download the GameTime app, use promo code CHATSPORTS, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Now, the GameTime app is my favorite ticketing app because it's last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. They have all sorts of really cool flash deals, zone deals, and anytime there's like a stadium promo, like a bobblehead giveaway or t-shirt giveaway or whatever, they let you know that on the app as well. And even more of a reason to love it, it's so user-friendly. You can see your seats from the app. You can know what your view is and where you're going to be posted up, so you can know, oh, I'm going to be in the sun all afternoon, or I'm behind the scoreboard. I got to move my seats. So if you want to get tickets to LSU football, New Orleans Saints football, or the New Orleans Pelicans, I encourage you to get started with GameTime today. They don't just have sporting events. They also have live shows, comedy events, theater, concerts, anything. If you need a ticket, you need to use GameTime. So download the GameTime app. Use our promo code CHATSPORTS. That's code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. One more time. Download the GameTime app. Use promo code CHATSPORTS to get $20 off. All that information is in the comment section and description of this video. All right, King Kamara. Sick picture, by the way. The Saints should trade for Micah Parsons. Cam Jordan, Micah Parsons, Chase Young, Carl Granderson, and Brian Brzee would be nasty. That's not going to happen, at least this year. So there's been like some reports out there that the Cowboys, like the people inside the office, like there would be people who wouldn't be too upset to see him go. Now, I just don't see a world where the Cowboys are going to want to trade him away, at least this year, maybe next year. Let's say, for example, the Cowboys just shit the bed. Realistic possibility. But then on top of that, they're like, well, let's just blow it up, get a ton of draft capital, let's reset and do whatever. Jerry Jones could be a wild card here and maybe trade away Micah. It would be a big-time surprise, but it is not happening anytime soon. And if it were to happen, it would be kind of tough to justify it to the Saints. That being said, if he's available and New Orleans doesn't make a call, that is organizational malpractice. You at least got to try if that's happening. Fully baked. What about Tyler Boyd for wide receiver? Yeah, I'm all in on Tyler Boyd. I think that bringing in the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver would be an excellent addition. When I looked at the numbers before and after Jamar Chase was drafted to Cincinnati, the averages and the numbers are scarily similar from before and after. Like, pretty much the average production is the exact same as it was when he was the wide receiver one versus now. So obviously that's a testament to how good Jamar Chase is and how bad that Bengals offense was a handful of years ago. But I also think that Tyler Boyd could bring some really nice qualities to the Saints offense that does need another wide receiver, especially another veteran wide receiver. I'm all for bringing in Boyd. And I think that the fact that he hasn't been signed yet is kind of weird, to be honest. Blaze, Trace, should we get Spencer Rattler at 14? Absolutely freaking not. If you draft Spencer Rattler anywhere in the top 100, that is a mistake. Like, no, absolutely not. The quarterback, not at all. Especially Spencer Rattler, no, not at 14. It's not that I hate the player. He is not worth the 14th overall selection. No, thank you. Blaze, appreciate the question, but I'm not interested. Kyle, draft Bock Bowers in the first round and Graham Barton in round 2. Graham Barton, that is an intriguing option. So let me pull up some draft notes here on Barton. Now, the Saints could look to go and get, he is an offensive lineman from the Duke Blue Devils, for those of you who didn't know. In terms of his relative athletic score, holy cow, this guy's a Saint. He has a 9.99 relative athletic score. Graham Barton, the offensive guard out of Duke, you are a New Orleans Saint. But in all seriousness, he's a really athletic player. He's extremely polished. He could be a guard or center, kind of player, more than likely a guard kind of guy. He's really quick, has nice pad level. He has reps both in the zone and in gap. And in terms of like a notable matchup that he had, absolutely locked up Jared Verse when Duke took on Florida State. He did play better in 2022, which is worth noting. The power is a little bit of concern, but I think Graham Barton would be an excellent option. I do think the Saints need tackles first, but interior offensive line definitely is a position that needs to be upgraded. So if you went the route of Bowers round 1, Graham Barton round 2, I don't hate it. I really don't, because I think a lot of the top tackles will be gone by number 45. So Graham Barton would be an excellent selection. I also have seen him get mocked to the first round, so he may not even be available at pick number 45. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you haven't already, I encourage you to give me a follow on social media. The links are in the comment section and description of this video. It's at Trace Girouard 48. And if you made it to the end of the video, a little secret time between you and I, type real one in the chat. So that way I know who the end of the video crew is, and that way I know who are the real Saints fans. Y'all stay gold and have a wonderful weekend. See you next time.